I bring you back today to catch back up from where we left off. A good couple of results have gone our way as well, and I bring you back to the game today against Chesterfield. So as you can see on the screen, we beat Chesterfield at home 1-0. You might be thinking, hang on a minute, how's the reverse fixture so quick? I have no idea. I don't know why we're playing them again so quick, but we are. But in the meantime, we then went away from home and managed to beat Preston 1-0. We beat Spurs under 21 in the Virtue Trophy 1-0. Again, I fully rotated the squad in the hopes that we just went out. So we're through. Great. We've got another game to play. We then managed to beat Walsall, who are Walsall managed to beat them 5-1 in the second round of the FA Cup. And we then have recently managed to draw 3-3 with Millwall. Ever so disappointing. We was absolutely cruising at 3-1. They scored in the 85th and scored in the 91st minute. Just lack of concentration. And to be fair, not giving himself much glory there, but in the other games he has played okay, so I'll let him off. In terms of who we play in the third round of the FA Cup, because I'm sure you're wondering, we managed to draw Watford. Watford are a championship opposition, so just the league up from us, and they are currently sitting 20th. So who knows, we might be getting into the fourth round of the FA Cup as far as we've ever been. That isn't going to be in today's episode. And in terms of the Virtue Trophy, we've managed to draw AFC Wimbledon, so a team in our division. We might have a cup special after this episode and bring you back for those two games. But like I said, today I bring you to the Chesterfield game. This was meant to be the Exeter game, but that game got rearranged because of a frozen pitch at the MG Group Stadium. That's been rearranged into January, which doesn't help with the fixture congestion. Then what the plan will be is probably then skip up to the Wycombe Wanderers game. We'll see them too. And then, like I said, I'll skip over. Probably bring you to Sheffield Wednesday. Because if we actually look at the league table, Sheffield Wednesday and Cambridge are third and fourth, and they'll be the teams that we play next. So Chesterfield, then one of them, depending on where we are in the table and where they are in the table, and then we're going to have the cup special next time. But without further ado, the main reason why you're here, let's get the games underway. Now, Malachi Hardy, unfortunately, has picked up a little bit of food poisoning, so he's going to be out for a couple of days. So he can't play in today's game, unfortunately, but it does mean that Darnell Johnson then is going to come into the... or do I play Declan Skara? Because Skara's not had a good run out of games. We'll play Skara instead of Darnell Johnson in defence. Other than that, as you can see, we're not really going to make many changes. This is pretty much what we've been working with. I've quite liked having that in possession, the two centre mids, and then out of position, swapping that to two centre defensive midfielders. That seems to have been working quite nicely, and Gordon seems to fit that extremely well. Hopefully we might be able to sign him on a permanent deal. His contract is due to end soon, and B, if we can, we'll definitely be looking to play that role moving forward in the future. And other than that, there's not really much change to start an 11, so I won't go through them all. You're now used to the squad, you're used to the team sheet, and it's one less thing for you guys have to see, right? So we won't go over that specifically. So here we go. Let's get into the boys and let's give them that little bit of motivation that they may need. We need a result here to stay in the playoff places. It was never an objective, but sure, let's go with that. Let's tell them that. Let's get them out there and get them to go and do the job. It is snowing at the Chesterfield ground. A little bit of snow never hurt anyone. Maybe we can play that to our advantage with our direct style of play and the long balls over the top. Who knows? We will have to see what this afternoon unfolds. But we're playing in our beautiful lime kit, and that is something that is always seems to be a good luck omen for us. I've said that now, and there's probably a lot of footage, as we are a few seasons in now, that prove me to be a liar. But hey, we're going to go with that it's our good luck omen in the nice lime kit. Holland here into Harris, beats his man. You love to see it. Francis, Harris, out to Ishmael. What can Ishmael do of it here? Cuts it back for Francis. Then Harris. Harris started the move, and Harris ends the move and manages to tuck it in past the goalkeeper. Absolutely lovely. We saw Harris pick it up and beat that man to start with. To be fair, a lovely little bit of smart play from Ishmael. Francis as cool as you like. One touch pass and bang. Side foot effort. Question marks asked over the goalkeeper being beaten at his near post from there. But a good start for the Oxford City boys. The possession has now taken an absolute pummeling, so maybe, let's switch on and get that old possession stat back up, shall we? We won't do a shout right now there's a highlight here for Chesterfield. I don't want to praise them and then we go and score an equaliser because, of course, it only happens to shout after the highlight that we've seen. And I don't want to praise them then if we go to drawing 1-1. Who knows? Hopefully we can get a turnover of ball. Maybe not, but James Wright with an absolute beautiful save. Proving again, whilst him back from injury, even though Kai Crampton didn't put a foot wrong, it's worth him coming back straight into the starting 11. Holland tries to get it to Harris, but Shawai picks up the loose ball from them. Gordon here, into Hugill. What's our world famous number 9 going to do? Lovely ball for Gordon, but he's not quite on the same page. Harris into Shawai. Ball over the top. Francis, lovely touch. Goes round the goalkeeper and says, "Thank you very much, son. I'm going to go round you and tuck that in. Don't worry about me, mate." Absolutely beautiful. And this is the type of football that we know we can play. And this, you know, at the start of the season, let's not forget, it was a struggle, right? We're getting used to the league. We're getting used to the momentum, the match sharpness, the match pace. We've clicked it. We've got it. And it is all coming into fruition. And we're playing like a team that we've all seen season after season. And so far, sitting 5th, playoffs was never on the cards, right? Automatics not on the cards. Even if we now drop down and finish outside these playoff spots, I'm happy. We're only going to be, as long as the game stays the way it is, we're only going to be 9 points off of that magic 50 that should hopefully mean that we won't get relegated. But Harris into Nambasi. Can we get another before half time to really wrap it up? And we can! Oh, he's offside. I don't understand how Gordon's offside. It must have been Francis who was offside, surely. Gordon had that shot from behind about 3 or 4 Chesterfield players. But as I was saying, 9 points. We've got that magic 50 that typically would keep you safe, right? At that point, we go, okay, we've secured safety. Now let's build on next season almost to a degree. And also, we can almost carry on playing without pressure, without looking over our shoulder and going, okay, what can we make of this season? Shawaib, lovely ball. Xabi Alonso-esque into Holland. Nambasi, surging run, cuts it back. They're absolutely toying with each other. They're absolutely playing with each other on the pitch, and you love to see it. Chesterfield have got nothing so far. It's been all us, not the possession, but everything. Well, I say that they've had more shots as well, but it's been all us in terms of the highlights, right? I'm going to say I'm very happy with that. Keep it up, and I don't think I'm going to say anything else. I might give Holland a little bit of a livener. Keep going. You have the ability to improve. Hugill as well. I'm going to say you've not been very good. Get your act together. Let's get him on the end of a few chances, shall we? I want him scoring a few more. He's not been as prolific this season so far. Obviously, it doesn't give me the goal stats there. Of course, Joe Hugo here picks it up. And I think with a bit more confidence, you know, he'd be running that at the goalkeeper and taking the shot a little bit closer. But he's not full of confidence. He snatched at that. Took it a little bit too early. And it was that's a horrible tackle. That's a red card, surely. Yeah. See you later. On your bike. He just didn't want to play in the snow, did he? Just couldn't take it. We might as well go positive. And to be fair, we're going to take Francis off. And we might just take Holland off as well, because he's having a bit of a stinker, to be fair. We might as well bring on Branningham. Branningham playing in the inside winger. And Woodward can come on. Actually, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do Woodward playing as a winger instead. Might as well rotate up top. Don't risk any injuries. 2-0 up. They're down to 10 men. Game is pretty much done and dusted now. Actually, to be fair, we don't need to chase it. I'm not going to go positive. If it was 0-0, we're chasing it. We'll go positive. But actually, there's no need. No need to do that. Goal kick for them. Nambasi wins the ball. You love to see it. Gordon with a cheeky little bit into Branningham. Nambasi. Ball in. Hugill. Oh, to be fair to him, fantastic save from the goalkeeper. You can't deny the goalkeeper of that there. They're very pushed up on the pitch. They're very, very pushed up. They're going for it. They're down to 10 and they're still going for it. So you've got to admire that from Chesterfield. Ishmael, lovely bit of tracking and then the tackle. Ishmael's coming on leaps and bounds, I must say. We are very, very delighted with how he's developed. Hugo! Again, he has that bit of confidence to him. he's probably tucking that away. You know, last season he was banging them in for fun. This season, he just can't get a respite. Schweib, Branningham. And then here he is. There we go. Is he offside though? No, he's not offside. Lovely. And the new boy, I say the new boy, the loanee, Berkeley, Agspong, puts the ball in. As cool as you like, of course, he was miles onside. Number 4 was playing him on. And Joe Hugill manages to get on the score sheet, which we do like to see our main man, our talisman, scoring. Again, he's a big part to how we play. We want him scoring as much as possible. Ishmael here. Lovely ball. Woodward. Nambasi. They're just playing it around. They're absolutely toying with Chesterfield. They're getting angry. They're going off their feet again. Ishmael here. Branningham. Back to Ishmael. Ball in. Hugill. Just goes wide of the post, unfortunately for us. It's all us. Look, every single time. Chesterfield just can't deal with the press. We're on them like a flash. Never mind. They've managed to get out of it. But we just recover the ball so well. Ball over the top. Hugill knocks it on, but no one's there. Running onto it. Oh, see that? Nearly chased it down again. Look at our players. Look, we're just right on them like bees. Swarming. We're hungry for it. I mean, they beat the press again after I say that, so maybe I'll just stop commenting on that. Who knows, right? Berkeley Agspong. Ishmael. Ishmael, the ball in. Oh. Defender deals with it nicely. Hugo just couldn't get near post there. Nambasi, Woodward. It's all us. We're absolutely playing some scintillating stuff. Oh, if Hugo was reading that from Gordon, that would have been a tap-in. Here he comes. He deals with that one, though. Oh, never mind. He's offside. Wake up. You know, get back on side quicker and you'd have been fine. 3-0 up. 80 minutes played. I mean, are Chesterfield going to have a response? Who knows? Are we going to make any changes? Yes, indeed we are. Pendleton's coming on. Darnell Johnson's going to come on just to secure that up. And again, a little bit of rotation in the squad. We're 3-0 up. They're down to 10. We can afford it. Lovely play by Hugill. Lovely anticipation. Takes them all on. Solo effort that just goes wide of the post. I feel like this match we've seen highlights galore. I don't think we've seen this many. We've only had 37% possession, but it just goes to show it's what you do with it. Doesn't matter how much you've got the ball. If you can't score, you ain't going to win games. And so far, at 3-0, Chesterfield are getting absolutely run riot. Nambasi. Ball in. Woodward's there. Well done, Thomas. Usually our cup scorer, right? He's played in the Virtue Trophy. He's played in the FA Cup this season. But now he's managed to bang one in the league. And remember, he was a player we was going to try and send out on loan, but we didn't really have much coverage. And to be fair, he hasn't done too bad for us. So we can't complain. And this is lovely for the goal difference as well. And we've already got a good goal difference. And we'll have a look at the live league table in a moment. I think other than that, there wasn't anything else to say. You play very well, but don't get complacent. Important. Remind them about complacency. So we've currently played 23 with won 12, drawn 5, lost 6, scored 47 goals. We're the second highest goal scorers in the league behind Bristol City. We've only conceded 27. Remember, that was getting quite high, or it was one of the worst a couple of episodes ago. Now, one of the best. The best is Preston. Actually, Chesterfield is the best. So we've just scored 4 against the best defence in the league. We're absolutely having a fantastic time at the moment. So like I said, the plan will be, after that game, will now be to bring us probably to the Sheffield Wednesday game. So I'm going to play the game against Stockport, Crewe and Wycombe Wanderers off camera. I'll bring us then back for the Sheffield Wednesday game. And hopefully we can have a reverse on them from what we had in the away leg where we lost, if you remember rightly. You can't see it because, of course, my face is in the way. But we lost 4-3. Just to bring you back ever so quickly, Hugill set to become Oxford City's leading league goal scorer. He's currently on 72 goals. The record is 80, held by, of course, our old lad, Zach McEachran. An absolute hero. Unfortunately, he wasn't good enough to bring in a staffing role in any which way, shape or form. Unfortunately, would have been nice. But hey, Hugill is on course for the record. So here we are. We are up to the Sheffield Wednesday game. As I said, I would bring you there. So after that 4-0 win to Chesterfield, we then went away from home and drew 0-0 to Stockport. I mean, really? Beat Crewe Alexander 4-0, beat Wycombe Wanderers 2-0, and then, of course, got Sheffield Wednesday. What you will notice from that, after saying about Hugh Gill potentially breaking the goal score record, he's scored none. So I don't know why I do it. I don't know why I jinx myself. But hey, hopefully he can score some goals today. But let's get straight into it. We've pretty much been rotating, sort of managing fitness. We've been doing well doing that. And to be fair, we've been tinkering things here and there with regards to the players. And I think, again, we're going to have another little tinker and we're going to do this. And then we're going to change it. Gromek's going to sit in that position and Gordon's going to come on for Shawaib. Other than that, Hugo is absolutely shattered. Look at him. He's still been playing. He's just not been scoring goals, annoyingly. So I think other than that, we did bring, by the way, Jack Fletcher, son of Darren Fletcher. He was released by Man United. Brought him in on trial. Good Sky Bet League One, decent Premier League player. So might be someone we're going to try and get in the door because that's obviously going to be a little bit more quality in one of these free midfield roles here. But we'll have to wait and see and keep our eyes on what happens as things develop. So I think we're going to have to play the best of the best and just hope that injuries do not prevail. I think I'm going to go with that. I'm going to take Zach Shawaib off and put on Traore, because then he can cover any of these defenders. I think that's what we're going to do. I'll bring you back for the team talk. So here you have it. The team sheet's in pretty much unchanged. We know the Oxford City starting 11 now. Sheffield Wednesday have made 7 changes from that last game. Hopefully they've just put all of their youth players in. I very much doubt it, but hopefully they have. I'm going to say it's our chance to get some revenge after that 4-3 loss last time. Sheffield Wednesday come into the game second. We come into the game 4th, if I'm not mistaken. I should have shown you the live league table. I always forget. I get too excited to get straight into the game. But it will show us now 5th on 48 points. Sheffield Wednesday are 2nd on 52. So if we win today, we go 51 points. We might be in the title hunt. We might be in the title picture at this rate. But of course, we've got to beat Sheffield Wednesday, you know. We're getting all excited of ourselves. Let's save that excitement until the end. As you can see, Bristol City 53, Sheffield Wednesday 53, Cambridge 53, Reading 52, us 49. But look, we've got a 5-point gap on that chasing pack for playoffs. So I don't really know. I have no idea. It's just we're just on that roller coaster of form at the moment. It probably will come crashing down at some point, like we always do. You get FM'd and you get ahead of yourself, and then all of a sudden you go on about a 17-game loss, streak. But we'll have to just ride it while we're riding it. Hugill here takes his man and cuts inside, but fires it over the crossbar. You ain't going to beat the scoring record by doing that, Mr. Hugill, right? Come on. Do you want the record or not? Because, if you're not going to be performing at the highest of highest levels, I might have to consider an understudy to come in who might take your place. Remember, apart from Francis and Hugo, we don't have any other out-and-out strikers, so I do think that's a position that I would... And that's exactly why I wanted to put Traore on the bench. Nambasi, unfortunately, picks up a red injury and goes off. Not ideal. Josh is on a yellow card as well. We might have to consider taking him off at half-time. And Hugo is absolutely shattered. Absolutely bloody shattered. But he's going to have to just see it out till half-time. We might have to consider taking him off at half-time. Again, we don't want to risk an injury to him. Hopefully that injury to Nambasi isn't that bad. Because he's been very good for us at right back. He knows how to put a ball in as well. Traore not getting to match pace here. Was that his fault? Really? Could he have done more? Probably. Because he just literally lets him just get turned him. Just fall off him. Just don't try and track him there. Don't try and get into him. We're just going to get rid of all of that. But 1-0 down so far. It's not a terrible result. Because, title chase, it was never on the cards. But of course, when you get to this position, like I said in the last episode, you then want to follow it through, right? We want to sort of be pushing now. Hugill. Into Harris. Back to Hugill. You're bringing it all the way back, Hugill. What are you doing? Run forward. You're a striker. And we'll go 2-0 down just like that. For God's sake. Why is he running back with the ball? Just lose it running forward. I'm going to encourage them. It's annoying. Because it's like a stupid individual error like that. Get rid of all of those. I don't care what's coming up there. 4 minutes of added time. Obviously, hopefully we don't concede again before half time. I'm going to say we simply have to be better. You're coming off because you've not been very good. Holland's knackered. I genuinely don't understand how everyone is shattered. They're so tired. Darnell Johnson's going to have to come on as well. I can't afford him getting sent off. Francis, I mean, we could potentially afford him getting sent off, so we're going to leave him on. But Josh, we definitely can't afford him getting sent off. And we can't afford another injury, so let's just make sure we don't get any more of those. But can we do anything to get us back in the game? That's the question on everyone's lips now. We're going to go no time wasting at all. We're going to stretch it a little bit. But to be fair, the Sheffield Wednesday team are just outperforming us in every single statistic at the minute, which is unusual. We're at home. You know, playing at the MG Group Stadium is normally an absolute fortress of ours. But unfortunately today, it hasn't panned out that way. And Francis is on a absolutely woeful rating as well. Let's get him off. Bring Woodward on. It's not his day. It's not his afternoon. You watch, he'll go on and score now. Harris. What is that? It's not his day either. What is that ball? Berkeley Ajpong. What's he going to do with it? Cuts inside nicely. Oh, works it, but makes the goalkeeper reach. It goes out for a corner. We don't get to see it. But 2-0 down. 70 minutes played. I think the writing is on the wall. I'm not going to go positive because I don't want it to disrupt our goal difference. It's not a terrible result by any means. But it's the hope that kills you, right? Before the game kicked off, we could have potentially been a point off of challenging for top of the league. But now, as things stand, it'll be a fair distance between us and top of the league. I don't know if I prefer that, though, because then there's no chance of me getting my hopes up thinking that we might be challenging for the league title. I think I would prefer that. Just, I know where we are, yet we're fighting for potentially playoffs. Ishmael, why are you shooting? Why are you shooting there? You got Woodward in front of you. An absolute waste. 86 minutes played. 2-0 down. There's not terrible performances either, really. Traore's not great. Gromek is shattered. So, I mean, you can kind of allow him off. Woodward's only just come on. So we've not really played that bad. But we've just been undone by Sheffield Wednesday, which it happens. Gromek, lovely ball for Branningham, puts it to... You would have been better off just shooting. Woodward was offside. You would have been better off just burying that, Branningham. We know you can score. We've seen you do it before. And there we go. That's all she wrote. Unfortunately, it's not a terrible result. I'm going to tell the players that I'm not happy. Francis is going to get an absolute earful. I'm really quite angry with how bad you played tonight. I mean, Joe Hugo was going to get a bollocking, but to be fair, 6.7. I'm going to say to Wright, actually, is Wright that bad? Kinda. 6.1. He's not putting a best performance there. That tells me that he's made more mistakes than he's made others. Twisted ankle, 10 days to 2 weeks for Nambasi, so not too bad. Even though in this league, look at the games. We've got a game against Cambridge next, then Wimbledon, then Watford. So realistically, Nambasi's probably going to be out for these two. At least he'll be back, hopefully, for the FA Cup. But that's all we're going to see in today's episode. I hope you've enjoyed. Let me know in the comments section down below. Do you think we're going to get through both of the cup games in the next episode? Let me know what you think. Let's get a little bit of interaction going. I want that money in the club, ideally, right? So we want to go through in the cups, but let me know what you think. Hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Continue watching the journey and see how far we can take Oxford City, or who knows, maybe if we carry on performing this well, we might have a Championship or Premier League club try and snoop us, and, you know, we will have to listen to what they say, right, if it's a step up. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.